Guess who's back? No, just kidding. I'm not going to do that again. Hey everyone. I am back after a while of having to take a hiatus from everything. We've all been through a lot in the most recent past, maybe like a month ago or whatever, whatever that eclipse may have been. I'm not sure which one it was, but yeah. Um, we have some big changes and it is exciting for everyone. It's going to take a lot of figuring things out, but that's why we're here to guide you as we see it. And then everybody else gets on the same path, kind of. So, yeah. I'm going to start out. So, I have this plan of not really even thinking about what I'm going to talk about. I'm just going to do it. And I'm going to grab whatever deck I feel at that point. Like, I don't even know what the hell I'm going to tell you guys. But at this point, it's going to be fun. It's kind of like exploring something that nobody can teach you. But okay. Spirits and Shadows is what this deck is called. And a lot of us do have some shadow work to do because we kind of were taught to reject the parts of ourselves that aren't socially acceptable, which would be your shadow. So that doesn't necessarily mean that it is, quote, bad. It's just what you view as bad and something that may be like a really deep wound. Say maybe you have, like you're a female and you reject the feminine part of yourself. Maybe you have some negative feelings about what feminine is, right? Because feminine is dark, actually. That's the true nature of it. So that's why it was in our shadow sides and we were rejecting the feminine parts of ourselves, both male and female. Gender doesn't really exist only here, so we can bring new souls into this plane. It is a lot, yeah. But Holy Spirit, Holy Angels of the highest white light, what do we have from the Spirits and Shadows deck? The Path. What the fuck? Okay, they came out really cool. The Path. So, yeah, that's kind of like exploring our new way. Like, we're not really going to be familiar with it, and that's kind of what we have to let go of, is that sense of familiarity with things. So, the Path. Let's see what else comes out. Is we have, entanglement. Okay. So it could be positive or negative, but it is my job to show the positive things. Every experience, everything that you could ever go through in life has both a positive and a negative, otherwise it wouldn't exist. So I'm going to take that path of things are getting better, and I will say entanglement was a thing of the past. Time doesn't really exist, so it makes it a little easier to not be stuck in that. But entanglement, so that was a thing of the past. We were being led by others by looking, like teaching us as young children that we aren't correct. When we have that soul wisdom that we've all been ignoring because nobody can see it, it's not really anybody's fault. But we were entangled in belief systems that have been manipulated but changed over the times. I can see it. Like, it's fucking great, especially since the internet came out. We're connecting more with other people and their viewpoint of things, and we're learning from that and making our own. And it's really fucking beautiful, actually. So the path is that entanglement is leaving. There's really no other way. But at this point, we are working through that energy that's still here because we absorbed it. It now lives in us. It was outside of us and they put it onto us, and then our beliefs became, oh, that's me, that's what I have to do. So now we're going to feel a lot of resistance, and it's going to be painful. But that's part of healing. You have to feel it to heal it. So we're getting rid of the entanglement. I've been feeling that a lot. It's not fun, but it's also fun at the same time. That's, again, there's a dark and a light to everything. So I don't know, do what you feel like. It's also about freedom too. Like, I'm not here to tell you to do one thing or another. I'm here to share my experience. That's how I see it. But that doesn't mean you have to see it that way. If you don't quite get it at this point, that's okay. Like, we need everything in order to be here. So there's value in every single emotion that you feel, everything that you go through. There's value in that. It's a work in progress. That's how you work through things. So it's okay. And I have the sun. Yeah, so it's kind of like where I was heading. See the light in things. We were so taught to be a critic, look at the wrongs of others, and we don't even realize while we're doing that that's how we feel about ourselves. If you are one to do that, I'm not saying you're doing that. But we're moving toward, especially with all the solar flares and the vibration, yada, 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 we all talk about that. But it's actually rising. We're all rising mentally. And the sun is an example of the mindset that we should be working toward, not that it's bad that you're not at the sun right now. It's okay if you're not. But this is what we're moving toward. What else, Holy Spirit? Okay. Spring. So that's the time we're in right now. Time does and doesn't exist. Both sides. Seduction. Okay. So that's been used a lot in our society to take advantage of others, I guess, by using seduction, because it's a way of putting them out of their own thoughts and they think with their primal instinct rather than their logical mind and spiritual mind. So yeah, we're moving out of that too. We have the Magician, yeah. I think that's self-explanatory at this point. I'm not going to explain it. I still have that card in there. Let's not plan things, let's just move through them. Whoa. Okay. Anything else, Holy Spirit, from this deck? Winter in reverse. So winter is kind of like a time of death. I guess it could be like a Scorpio card. Maybe the Ace of Cups or something. But it's kind of like the dark side of the Ace of Cups. It's winter, which means death, but it's in reverse. But it's still that energy. Death. Scorpio, but it's in the reverse. So we're moving toward brighter times. So it's kind of like an energy purge, and I think I've mentioned that in my other videos too. But it's like an energy purge that you have to Not have to, that's another system of control. I'm still working through it too. I should see, but oh, that's way too many. It's a lot of energy all at once. But it's like accepting where you are at this point, you know? Love. It's accepting, loving yourself. And that's cliche too. You have to love yourself first before you can. I get it. But so that's kind of used like as a way to shame people. You have to love yourself first. But that's not how it's intended by the person who's saying it. But as the person who's receiving that message, you're going through the dark night of the soul, you're purging out all the negative energy, so then you take it and you feel triggered. Like, oh, I'm not doing enough. No. It's more like accepting where you are. That's what, like I said before. So, I don't know why I'm on a whole bit about this, but I don't feel like using this deck anymore. Thank you. Let's move on. Okay. I've been guided to use the Angel Dragon. I'm going to move these cards out of the way, but still keep them in alignment. Okay, so pull the deck out and we'll do this card. Yeah. Archangel Sandalphon, if I'm saying that correctly, but it says Angel of New Life. So I guess I'm being guided to say what angels are here helping us now. And there are some dark ones, but there is such a thing as divine darkness, because we have to learn the yin and the yang in order to bring balance, right? So it's like that purging energy, like you have to get out with the old and in with the new. Archangel Phanuel, Angel of Truth. So we have new life and truth, and it goes along with the theme. Archangel Sushlaf, Angel of Verdancy. I don't really know what to say about that yet. So maybe that's kind of like an energy that we're getting to help us prepare for the future about things we don't understand yet. And Archangel Remph, Angel of Time. So time doesn't exist, but it does at the same time. It depends on at the same time. It depends on where your focus is. But with the changing, like a new life, the truth, verdancy, angel of time, it's kind of like we're going to perceive our lives in a different way so it's not so horrific. Like we're healing from trauma and we all have it. We're supposed to. This is kind of like soul expansion. I said that weird. Soul. Yeah, there's some death energy. It's kind of like soul expansion. But in order to do that, it's going to take